Details, transitions, and implied main ideas. Readers need to understand details, transitions, and implied main ideas. Supporting details are those facts and ideas that prove or explain the main idea of a paragraph as expressed in the topic sentence. Transitions are linking words and phrases that connect the details and pull the paragraph together. Whereas implied main ideas are thoughts suggested but not directly stated in a topic sentence. As a reader, your task is to examine how details support and explain a topic sentence. You can use transitions to guide you through a paragraph and help you recognize when a writer is moving from one important detail to the next. When you find a paragraph without a topic sentence, use the details to reason out the implied main idea. On the other hand, as a writer, your task is to select appropriate details to fully explain and support your topic sentence. You'll use transitions to guide your readers and help them identify your important details. Unless you have a specific reason for writing a paragraph with an implied main idea, it's usually better to write paragraphs that do have clear topic sentences. So when you identify supporting details as you read, remember, these are the facts and ideas that prove or explain the main idea of a paragraph. While all the details in a paragraph support the main idea, not all of the details are equally important. So as you read, try to identify and pay attention to the most important details. Pay less attention to details of lesser importance. The major details directly explain the main idea, whereas minor details may provide additional information, it might provide an example, or further explain one of the major details. There are many types of details that a writer can use to explain or support a main idea. As you read, be sure to look for the types of detail a writer uses to support his or her main idea. The way a writer explains and supports an idea may influence how readily you accept or agree with it. The most common types of supporting details are examples, facts or statistics, reasons, descriptions, and steps or procedures. An example makes ideas and concepts real and understandable. A fact or statistic provides evidence. A fact is going to be evidence that a main idea is correct, whereas a statistic is the same as a fact, but a statistic is in numerics, it's in numbers. A writer may support an idea by giving reasons why a main idea is correct. Descriptions. When the topic of a paragraph is a person, object, place, or process, the writer may develop the paragraph by describing the object. In the picture shown in the PowerPoint, if you were writing a paragraph or writing an essay in regard to this picture, you would use descriptions to be able to describe the picture itself, describe the object. Often when you use descriptions, you will often use sensory input, which is using your 5 senses to be able to describe the image. A paragraph that uses supporting details, which are steps or procedures, are often lists which have to be followed. When thinking critically about supporting details, writers choose the details they provide to support a main idea. Writers cannot possibly list every supporting detail available. Writers must choose and prioritize the most important details to include. Also, as a reader, consider if the writer could have chosen better details. Also, as a writer, try to choose the details most relevant to your main idea. A reader needs to use transitions to guide their reading. Transitions are linking words or phrases used to lead the reader from one idea to another. If you get in the habit of recognizing transitions, you'll see that they often guide you through a paragraph, helping you to read it more easily. In addition, transitions also alert the reader to what will come next in the paragraph. As a writer, you should be using transition words to help your body paragraphs flow. In addition, you should be using them in your conclusion sentence for the body paragraphs, as well as in the conclusion paragraph, to give that visual cue to your reader that you are concluding the paragraph and/or you are concluding the essay. As you know, when a writer leaves his or her main idea unstated, it's up to you, the reader, to look at the details in the paragraph and figure out the writer's main point. The details, when taken together, will all point to a general and more important idea. You might want to think of such a paragraph as the pieces of a puzzle. You must put together the pieces or details to determine the meaning of the paragraph as a whole. Use the following steps as a guide to help find implied main ideas. Find the topic. As you know, the topic is a general subject of the entire paragraph. Ask yourself, what is the one thing the author is discussing throughout the whole paragraph? Second, figure out what is the most important idea the writer wants you to know about the topic. Look at each detail and decide what larger idea is being explained. Third, express this main idea in your own words. Make sure the main idea is a reasonable one. Ask yourself, does it apply to all the details in the paragraph? When writing, a writer must select and organize details to support their topic sentence. The details you choose to support your topic sentence must be both relevant and sufficient. Relevant means that the details directly explain and support your topic sentence. For example, if you were to write a paragraph to your employer explaining why you deserve a raise, it would not be relevant to mention that you plan to use the money to go to Florida next spring. A vacation has nothing to do with and is not relevant to your job performance. On the other hand, sufficient means that you must provide enough information to make your topic sentence understandable and convincing. In your paragraph explaining why you deserve a raise, it would probably not be sufficient to say that you're always on time. You would need to provide more information about your job performance. For example, that you always volunteer to work holidays, that you've offered good suggestions for displaying new products, and that several customers have written letters praising your work. A reader must use transitional words and phrases to connect details. Transitional words allow readers to move easily from one detail to another. They show how details relate to one another. You might think of them as words that guide and signal. They guide the reader through the paragraph and signal what is to follow. There are several different types of transitional words and phrases which connect details. For example, there's time sequence. Time sequence transition words include first, next, during, eventually, finally, later. Spatial arrangement transition words include above, below, behind, in front of, beneath, nearby. Also, there's least, most arrangement. Those transition words include most, above all, especially, and even more. And then there are specific words that you can use to help guide your reader. Furthermore, you need to look for these important terms and transition words as you're reading paragraph so that you're able to make connections between the supporting details that are provided.